sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it all. Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse, the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, and Avery Superstore. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And yes, I am back from the beautiful state, the Big Sky state of Montana. 1 week in Glacier National Park, Kalispell, Big Fork, Flathead Lake. Boy, had a wonderful time up there, but come back to Memphis. John Gordon is sitting here next to me, and he knows 94 degrees. We got off the airplane on Wednesday, and did not help my head cold, I can tell you. I could stay in Montana, but I'm not sure I could stay the winter. I'm not really for sure.
Well, you know, Larry, I mean, you were gone at least for part of one of the hottest weeks of the year. You know,
yes,
I mean, we're kind of holding on. For
you won't get any sympathy from me
around here, and it's man, it just summer won't lose its grip.
Well, I thought so. Since we've got all that, and let's talk a little hunting and things like that today, and that'll make us think a little cool and things.
Well, yeah, man, exciting. Today's opening day of teal season in Tennessee, Arkansas, and Mississippi. Now, this is Tennessee's unique in the fact that they've got wood ducks involved for the first part of it. They have a shorter season than Arkansas and Mississippi, but Arkansas and Mississippi does not have the option of wood ducks, but Tennessee will run this morning, the 14th through the 18th on wood ducks and teal, and then the 19th through the 22nd on teal only.
Got those down, and John is our man from Ducks Unlimited, and of course this is second Saturday or third Saturday? I'm all messed up. Second Saturday.
Second Saturday, Your Honor.
So you recognize that laugh on the other end. He's in Monroe, Louisiana at American Crappie Trail event, and that is our man Ron Wong. Hey, Ron, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I have to tell you, you're talking about being hot.
Yeah.
It's only going to be 99 today down here.
Well, Ron, that's why we're not.
Louisiana, it was 98 yesterday, covering the American Crappie Trail on the Ouachita River.
Well,
I have to tell you, it is extremely hot.
Well, let's talk
and, as a camera guy, running around taking pictures, there is no shade.
Well, there's very little shade in Nebraska, I know that, but it's also probably cooler temperatures. And one of the guys who has helped Outdoors with Larry Ray over these many, many years, our 19th year on the air, has been Aaron McCaleb of Source Outdoors. Good morning, Aaron.
Hey, good morning, Larry. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, buddy. If my cough drops will hold out and everything else, and John Gordon will take over, Aaron just has a multitude of things he keeps up with. I'm with his company, with Source Outdoors, and every once in a while he'll send me something. It'll kick into my brain, and I'll say, man, let's talk about that. And you've got a new client there in Thissons. Is that the pronunciation?
No, Thissons.
Thissons.
Thissens.
I
tell everybody the H is silent, so it's Thissons.
Thissons, and that's of Lodgepole, Nebraska?
Yeah, Thissons out of Lodgepole, Nebraska. They're a new hunting apparel and equipment company out of Lodgepole.
Let's talk about it. First of all, I'm not sure where Lodgepole is, but it makes me feel cooler. Okay, I know it's got to be somewhere in Nebraska, but Talk to our listeners about this company, because I've looked online and I've seen some of the new products that they've got coming out, and it even makes me think about hunting season. So talk about it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. T-Sins is a new apparel and equipment company focused mainly in the whitetail market right now.
Okay.
And we're looking at just building, this company's looking at building just quality apparel and equipment for just the everyday hunter. So the way I explain it is that they want to bring the best combination of features, performance, and value to its customers.
That's a pretty good thing to talk about. And so this is a very competitive market. So what's going to set them out, Aaron?
Well, yeah, so that's a great question. Couple things. One, they're going to go direct to consumer. So, and part of the value is building, a better quality product at a better price.
Okay.
And the best way to do that is a direct to consumer type marketing approach. So they're going to be able to pass those savings directly to the consumer. The other thing that they do is they want to over deliver on everything. So just little added features. If their garments are a little bit quieter, a little bit softer, a little bit warmer, keep you a little bit drier. Everything that they can do to keep you in the field longer and create a better experience while we're all out in the field. That's what they're wanting to do. They recognize that. An equipment failure costs a guy both time and money.
Yes.
And that, some seasons, especially for, let's say, some whitetail gun seasons in the Midwest, are pretty short. A couple days because, your park has, failed or something like that can literally cost you, a quarter of your season sometimes. So they really want to make really responsibly driven equipment that's pursuit driven, that helps guys maximize the time in their field, as well as present a really solid value for that. Yeah. And they do that from everything from next to skin, so base layers, to outerwear.
Okay.
So they have next to skin, base layer clothing, to early season kind of lightweight gear, midweight gear in their mid-season apparel, and then heavyweight apparel, as well as a couple different options for rainwear.
And they, as far as the camo patterns, that's another very competitive field. So
they're Realtree exclusive. They looked at that market, and really, Realtree's been a solid partner for them and has been kind of instrumental in helping them.
That's a good partner. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at their the consumer base and what guys are looking for, and they just decided to let's just partner up. Let's just pick somebody, and Realtree is the obvious best fit for that.
And in today's time, and John Gordon will note of this, it's fashionable to wear camo. I tell you what, I was in Montana. I think everybody up there's in camo, when you're walking around. So not only is it fashionable, but I can tell that it comes in many options, right?
Yeah. So with T-Sins and the different, we're exclusive licensing Realtree Edge, which is going to be a great, it's going to fit almost any pattern, or it's going to fit almost any environment that a typical whitetail hunter is going to encounter. I think it's a perfect fit for what they want to do. Now,
as far as you mentioned about, and my listeners are probably trying to get to this, it's THIESSENS of Lodgepole, Nebraska, and that's pronounced without the T, right? So
T-Sins, go to T-Sins.com. They're actually launching their full line here in a couple weeks, October 1.
Okay.
So you can go to their website right now at T-Sins.com, sign up for their newsletter. We're doing some really cool sweepstakes, giving away some
great product.
We're actually giving away a hunt right now.
Yeah.
They'll be in Kansas next year. So, we really encourage our listeners to go check that out too.
Well, Aaron, I appreciate it, buddy. And again, we will post this on LROutdoors.com, my website. And I've dealt with Aaron for many years, and I trust his judgment on this. And if it's Realtree, it's a proven edge. It's a proven one. So, folks, check it out. Aaron, thank you, buddy. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
We'll talk to you. All right?
Yep.
All right, Aaron. McCaleb.
Right. It's incredible how many clothing choices hunters have nowadays compared to what we had, even 20, 30 years ago.
Well, yeah, you got to be stylish now. I can remember when mine first came out, but I looked this up. I didn't know how to pronounce it without the capital, without the silent T. But anything out of Lodgepole, Nebraska, has to be okay. I mean,
You would think so. You would think so. I remember being a kid just trying to find anything, I mean, the choices were so limited.
Blow your mind.
Clothing, yeah, it blows your mind. They're very specific too. Like I said, this company's more into whitetail, big game, and there's several companies more into waterfowl and everything else. And you can get a piece of clothing generally for any situation.
Well, that's pretty cool, and we need to thank Cool. We're really down there hurting for Ron Wall and working in this heat down there with all those crappie anglers before tell them what's going on, Ron, this weekend in Monroe.
Well, it's the final qualifying. Well, no, next to the last qualifying tournament for the American Crappie Trail.
Okay.
To determine the top 100 teams that will go to the championship next March at Sardis Lake.
At Sardis Lake, that's right, folks.
And Washita River splits Monroe, Louisiana. So you have Monroe, Louisiana on one side, West Monroe on the other side. And this river is actually 605 miles long.
Yes, it is. I know it.
It starts in Arkansas.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Yeah. And then it flows through Arkansas, through Louisiana. It then goes into the Tenza River. And
it's going to be warm.
It's quite a crappie factory.
All right, we're going to talk to Ron throughout the show. Ron's down there. John's in the studio. We're going to take our first break. Then we're going to switch on down to Enid Lake. And I know Ron knows Enid Lake like nobody's probably.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're going to talk to Emily Jo Wiggins from the Visitor Center down in Enid Lake about a big event's coming up. So get ready. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.